And this is the global forecast for July 2022, brought to you by the wonderful people at AskTheAnswer.com, the UK's leading website for tarot readers, psychics, mystics and channelers. The majority, this is one of those months which isn't going to go down in history that strongly, because much of the stuff that's going on in this month is going to be affecting individuals rather than the planet as a whole, with a couple of notable exceptions. So what's actually going on? Well, there's no major aspects during July, although Jupiter will be going retrograde at the end of the month. So many of those people born in the last 8 or 9 days of January, April, July and September are going to find that the over-the-top situations of recent weeks recent months even, are about to start petering out, and you're entering a period of more reflection from the end of this month onwards. Saturn continues doing what he's doing. Saturn always does. He's the great teacher. Neptune is not really a problem for too many people this year, apart from those who he's directly affecting towards the end of Pisces, Virgo, Sagittarius, Gemini. The new moon at the end of July at 5/6 degrees of Leo is actually quite a positive one, trining Jupiter, bringing a degree of optimism, hope, even humour into many people's lives. That's got to be a good thing. And the full moon in Capricorn on the 13th of July is also not directly challenging any big global situation. So the new and full moons this month are generally favourable. There's a lot of dancing about with the minor planets. Mercury starts the month in Gemini, whizzes through Cancer, then moves into Leo. Venus starts the month in Gemini and spends the rest of the month in Cancer. Mars will move into Taurus around the 4th, 5th of July, depending on where you are in the world. Now this is significant for 2 separate reasons and 2 separate times. One at the beginning of the month, one at the end. In the first 4 days of July, Mars in the sky will be exactly square Pluto. Mars at the end of Aries, which it rules, will be square Pluto at the end of Capricorn. This is likely to be a sudden flashpoint in the world, and there's likely to be a few surgical strikes, not like a blunderbuss or a sledgehammer, but more like a homeopathic laser, and there could well be a sudden development in various military conflicts going on around the world in the first few days of July that change the dynamic considerably. It's a difficult time for a lot of people, the first 3 or 4 days of July. And then at the very end of July, Mars will be getting very close indeed to Uranus. It will actually hit Uranus on the 1st, 2nd of August, but the build-up over the last 3 or 4 days of July suggests that there's going to be a concentrated degree of impatience, frustration, almost impotence, where the world as at large is going to want things to happen, but there's going to be a stubbornness, a resistance to change at the end of July, and then suddenly there'll be something like a lightning bolt which will cut through the crap and make big changes happen. So the very start of July is where there's some type of surgical strike, and the very end of July is hopefully where there's some type of breakthrough, because I prefer breakthrough to breakdown. But this is at the very start and the very end. Most of the rest of the month, 80% of July, is generally I'm not going to say stable, I'm not going to say boring, I'm going to say consistent and regular time. If the Earth were one person and it were my client, I'd be saying, as far as July goes, be careful at the start and the end, but for the rest of the month, you're on autopilot. Plod on. Catch you later, world.